Hey guys, back again. We're going to do a quick rundown of the units. I know I said we were going to wait until the Nerf patch came out, but I'm tired of waiting on them. I want to get this out. I want to get your opinion if you got one, and I want to make predictions while we're at it on what's getting nerfed, what's not going to get nerfed, and how the Nerf hammer is going to swing. While we're doing this, we'll just kill two birds with one stone. We're going to do Wood Elves today, and we're going to start with the last one first. The ROR Zotes, their Zotes in general are super good. They were needed for the Wood Elves. They had to have something to stop heavy cav and monsters from just plowing through everything they own. And the Zotes do a hell of a job of it. These have regrowth. The ROR have regrowth and flesh to stone, which makes them super tanky even without any sort of spell support from your caster, your lord, anything like that. So just on the island to themselves, they just hold court. They work more effectively when deployed with Vanguard infantry. Like they charge, they take the charge, and then infantry just swamps. And then they just get into a grindy pit fight. They have 50 melee, they have 60 standard armor, they have a crap ton of health. Yeah, that's what they want to be. Now, as far as the Zotes go, I think somewhere here we're going to see a 50 gold fluctuation. If it was me, I would make the regular Zotes 1650, if not 1600. The way they price out the RORs, that's probably a little bit too steep. 50 gold decrease is probably all you're going to get if we get it. But honestly, I think you could go down 100. But I'm afraid that they'll actually just bump this by 50, bump it up 50, and then your Zotes will be 2100. But it really needs a 50 gold decrease, I think, to plane the vanilla unit of Zotes. But I predict we're going to get a 50 gold fluctuation one direction or the other. Sylvan Knights, 2Gs. I don't think they're going to get nerfed. I think their price kind of has to stay around about where it's at just to be distinguishable from the rest of the Cav contingent, because it's all higher end Cav. And this will bring me to a point about some of our older units in a second. But you have the Lost Sylvan Knights, 2Gs, the regular Silver Knights, or the Great Stag Knights. They're at 50. Now there's a disparity here. Like at 500, I don't think that's gonna maintain. I think we're gonna get maybe 100 gold shift downwards. Either I really want to say they're gonna lose some gold value. They're gonna come down off that 2 grand. Besides that, I think the Great Stag, the regular Great Stags, are probably in the right place. I haven't used them a lot, and with the mash changes and stuff, a lot of cavalry has become less effective. But they're in a pretty decent place, I think. I'd like to get actual Wood Elf players' opinions on that, though, because I'm not the authority in cavalry at all, and I'm definitely not the authority on the Wood Elves. Glade Riders with spears, they're good. 550, you can get 550 worth of value out of them with your eyes closed, but they're not really, to me, I don't think they're a whole lot different than anything else in this light cavalry department. So they may need a cost decrease, but I don't see them getting it, because CA tries to put as much distance in between one unit they create for one race and then the next, especially when they're fairly similar. Yeah, see, there's where you're paying your 50 gold for. As a matter of fact, they might need to go up, because that's a heck of a stat increase for 50 gold. I mean, 60 hit points is nothing. 15 armor on something that ain't supposed to get shot at is nothing. But you got 5 leadership, 2 speed. Look at it. 4 melee attack, defense +2, weapon strength +. So they're definitely more offensive than Dark Riders with shields. So maybe that 550 can stay. I don't see them going up any farther than that, because of the fact you have a block. You know, you have all this cap. You want to go take me up to 600? I'll just say the heck with it and get Wild Riders. So I think they'll probably stay the same. They could bump up 50 gold. I think that if they bumped up 50 gold, they would still be competitive. Now, the Blade Singers, I have to confess, I have not used them, and I've only seen them used, and every time I've seen them used, I've completely dumpstered them. I think they need a decrease in price. 1200 for a squishy melee unit is nuts. I don't think that it serves any purpose other than killing dwarves, and it has no armor, and she's light and squishy. So even saying that she's made for killing dwarves probably isn't the best use of her. But if you look, what are you getting for your extra 400 gold? You're getting you're getting a war dancer that does magic damage and armor piercing. It's not really worth it. Like, these girls need to be like a grand maximum. They should not cost the same amount as an ROR Wildwood Ranger. So they need a gold nerf. Stat wise, I think they're fine. I don't think you're gonna pump them up too much more than that. Everything we've talked about so far, I think is stat wise is good. You might actually see, if they get a 50 gold uptick, you might see a little bit of melee defense added, because that's not bad for a monster, but I've seen better. Alright, let's go to the Frostheart Dryads. Now, honestly, all the Dryads, they got a buff. They all got a speed buff that I did not see. I forget what their old speed was. It was probably 38, right? So now they're quite a bit faster. Don't sleep on them because they've all got Frenzy, I believe. I may be wrong. No, they don't. That's just the RR. Alright, the RR version does have Frenzy, and the rest of them have Physical Resist. So they're kind of like Gutter Runners, all the Skaven, light armor chaff, but these guys aren't necessarily light. They're 60 armor. It's pretty decent, especially if you got a 20% physical resist. All Dryads are pretty good. I think they all need a price decrease, especially since we're not going to get Rangers or Wood Elf Axemen anytime soon. But yeah, that's it for a different time, I guess. But besides that, I think they're really good. I think 750, you know, I guess I'll take a $200 bite for that. We could be 700 and everything would be fine. But they add a lot of value to the Wood Elves. They add like the one slow that they were missing. They've got poison, they've got nets, they've got all the stuff, but they don't have frostbite. Now they have frostbite too. So yeah, that's a big boon to the Wood Elves. I don't think that this is going to be messed with at all, but if it did, I would decrease the gold price a little bit. But I'd also decrease the gold price of the actual Dryad, so we probably won't see any movement there. Alarielle, I've seen her used in quite a few games that I've played. Every anti-Wood Elf game I've played, which I've only played a few since the DLC's come out. But she is good, but I don't see her being overpowered. She can tank, she can cast, she's got a lot of items, but like, they're not cheap, right? Like, I think these will be changed. I don't think 130 across the board gold wise was what they had going, and that's odd. Every time you pick one, the gold cost of the next one goes down. That might be some sort of bug. I haven't even seen that because I haven't used her. Yeah, that might be a bug. But the rest of it, I mean, it's like any high-end spellcaster, right? You only have so many winds of magic, so it doesn't matter how many fancy things you got. You can only use so much of it. So I don't think she's gonna get nerfed. I don't think you'll see any changes with her. Honestly, if I was gonna change her, I'd give her more physical resist, because Eshin had like 33, right? Like, give her 30. It's not gonna hurt. Give her 30. She's not the hugest amount of HP, and there's a healing cap, so it's not like you're creating a situation where she's going to be able to use more heals than she would normally. Because I've seen her max her health cap out every game. So she's not going to get nerfed, I don't think. Glade Captain. Oh man, don't sleep on her. If you're building a Wood Elf melee build, which is very viable because of all the melee buffs and debuffs that their lords and heroes have, this one stacks on the ones from not only the Drycha or your Branch Wraith, but they also stack with the Glade Lord. He has a +5 to melee attack and defense. She has a +5 to defense. Um, the Branch Wraith has a +5 to melee attack. And then if you get this, Hornavisha, it's another 5. So you 15. Yes, there's 15 melee bonus and 5 or 10 melee defense bonus if you take those 3 characters in conjunction in a 40-meter radius. So that's insane. That's 14 bonus attack in a 40-meter radius. That'll make Skaven good at melee. I don't think that'll get worked on, nerfed or anything, because it's just a good synergy. You know, it's just a sleeper unit. I haven't seen anybody use this yet. You can put it on the Great Stag. You can also put the Lord on the Great Stag. You can't put the Branch Wraith on the Great Stag, but you can Vanguard deploy. Create a situation where maybe you have like a cav blob in the middle of nowhere with all this melee attack buff, and you're going to win hands down. But real quick, let's get to Drycha. Excuse me, guys. The summon, man, that's really good for the Wood Elves. I think this should actually be some sort of spell rather than just a special ability for one Lord. But this is really good. Besides that, she's really just a standard Branch Wraith. She has the standard Branch Wraith kit, the Ancient Blessing, the Smoke and Mirrors. But rather than a Branch Wraith having access to like some health magic, you know, this is all dark. So she's got the Pimplum, she's got the Pit, she's got, you know, Occams, she's got the whole 9 yards there. And if you're getting into a melee grind, this is probably a decent spell lore. I mean, you have, for debuffing single entities, you have a good Pendulum for killing big fat armored lions, or archers if you can't get to them, but really this needs to be used against forward formations. And at 13 Winds of Magic, it needs to get its value. Another debuff, the Wither. You can area effect cast this, if I'm not mistaken. Yep, and you get 30 armor, minus 30 armor, minus 8 leadership, which can come in handy if like you're gonna terror bomb. You got terror tactics to use. You got fear here. You got terror on some of your dragons and things like that. It's a legit tactic. Occam's Mind Razor, just to help you push through on the armored piercing damage, because a lot of your Wood Elf stuff doesn't have the greatest armor piercing, and Impetus Shades to just eat everything. I think she'll get a price decrease, because even stripped of nothing, which is what some people have been doing to just to get the summon. I mean, look, she's 1,000. That's with nothing. She shouldn't be that expensive. I think she should be 950 at the maximum with nothing. Because even with it taken off, she's at 850. That just doesn't make it good sense. In my opinion, I think she needs a price decrease. But yeah, 100, 200 even would be reasonable. One, you have all the good lords in the game for Wood Elves now. It's already kind of up in the air as to who you want to pick. But if you have the choice between the 2K of Mia Spellsinger or 2K of Mia Sweaty Wood Goatman, I mean, you're going to take Sweaty Wood Goatman, right? But that's my take, guys, on the Wood Elves and the upcoming nerfs and what I thought we got out of these units. I hope you guys like the breakdown. I know it's kind of rambly, but that seems to be my style. Catch you guys on the next one. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subbing. I appreciate you guys a lot. You don't know how much. Alright, catch you guys later.